All right, guys, welcome back to Mod Pop Thrift. My name's Tom. I'm a full-time eBay reseller, and I'm a stay-at-home dad for my 6 kids. You guys say from time to time in the comments, I don't know how you get it all done. Well, we didn't today. This is the labels that are late. 18, I think. Shipments were supposed to go yesterday and did not go. I was taping videos and sourcing more stuff and going to yard sales to get quality, cheap goods that we made some good money on, but there's only so much time in a day, so we did not get items shipped. We're gonna go over them, and then I'm gonna put those labels onto packages. This, if you're not aware, Polaroid cameras sell untested 25 times a day on eBay. Polaroid cameras, you find them cheap because they don't sell for a lot unless you can test them, which means you have active film, because the film case that goes in here also has the battery in it. If you can prove that it works, they're worth a significant chunk of money. But this sold, I paid $3 for this a couple hours ago. It sold for $24, and I texted my buddy who I'm trying to help learn the ropes. Hey, these things sell. Maybe you don't know that. This will sell in a couple hours. And it did. Conan the Barbarian sold for $14, free shipping. I paid $10 for the entire box of books that I got this in. And we've made money hand over fist on that. Well, the same yard sale as you guys saw, the Polaroid camera. I bought 2 of these. This one makes cavatelli. The other one makes gnocchi noodles, which are more like dumplings. Anyway, 2 of these. This one sold for $79 in a couple hours. Paid $2 for it. The other one hasn't sold yet, but is ready and listed for $90. And then 3 more replacement pieces for the pool. They sell for $20 a piece, but I got some pretty significant, if you buy more, discounts. Buyers all in at $54, including shipping on these. Got a new tripod stand. We're trying it out. I like the angle, but I just sat something down on the desk and it moved the whole camera. So that's the 4 that just sold today. Or, well, no, it's some of the other stuff. I guess that's the 4 that sold today. And everything else that was late is obviously stuff that sold before. I'm going to get these in a box, get the labels printed, then start working on the late stuff. I paid $1. Maybe I paid $2 for this shirt. Dare plays in Peoria. And that's like fuzzy letters. And then the front is the cool Dare, Lion Dare. If you find the old school Dare shirts, people like to wear them ironically. Like Dare was a program that was about staying off drugs, and I think people wear them ironically now. So this sold for $20, free shipping. It's been listed for probably a year. I thought it would do better than it did when I found it. Okay, so it has been pandemonium every time I've tried to do anything. I tried to upload a video just now, and somebody commented, I like how it's in 2x speed, which also I watch all YouTube in 2x speed, but I edit my videos in 2x and then I expand them out. And so it takes 10 minutes worth of edit, you know, out to a 20-minute video. It makes it easier for me, but I didn't take it out. And so it was posted for a couple minutes at full speed, and now I haven't had a minute to correct it. So I just took the video down. So you didn't get a video Friday, Saturday. Maybe we'll do Sunday and Monday. We'll see this. I don't know when this video is coming out, because now we're all kinds of discombobulated, and I think this is the middle of a video. Anyway, I got 5 that just sold in the last couple minutes. I'm going to clear the slate on shipping. So right now I'm going to do the things that just sold, and then we'll go over the things that have already been late for days, and now I've got to get them out today because it's Saturday, and if I don't get them out today, then they won't be going until Monday afternoon. And then my customers start to get irritated. WrestleMania. This is a good one, evidently. X7 is hard to find. I had it listed for $40. had 7 watchers, so I sent out an offer. It sold for $34.32 free shipping. We paid $10 for a massive pile of those, and we made money the first time when the lot sold, and then we sold another one, and now we sold that one. I think there might only be one left. I went through my brother's things, and amongst them, he had a Sony DVD player that did not take VHS. The VHS side didn't work, but the DVD drive did work. I think this is a DVD writer. Yeah. So this is that would have been a VHS DVD recorder. And so this is a recorder, a DVD recorder to replace if you've got one that doesn't work. And rather than throwing the whole thing away or donating it as parts not, selling it as parts not working for the whole machine, where I probably would have gotten $25 plus shipping, this I got $40 free shipping, and I'm showing you the back of it. There's the CD tray. So you can take these apart and sell the part instead of trying to sell the entire VHS, the whole VCR that is not hard to ship, but it's expensive. So this, taking DVD drives, even you can sell the not burner DVD drives. They don't do as well. But then the not burner DVD combos don't do as well either. We went to a yard sale, and Levi's like, "Hey Dad, look at all these plushies." And there was Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, and he got this giant lot of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer ones we paid $10. We asked the guy how much the plush was, and it was $10 fill a Walmart bag. And so we got amongst them these, Peppermint Patty and Charlie Brown, and they are Hallmark specific. And then I threw in Snoopy and Woodstock, but they are not Hallmark. Not a lot of value, but we only spent $10. We weren't even buying those necessarily, so they're icing on the cake. They sold for $24 free shipping. I probably could have marked them higher and let them sit until Christmas, but I would rather them just be gone. Getting stuff in, getting stuff out. This is the motor out of a Dyson DC-17 Animal that I pulled out of the trash. And the reason that the person threw it away once I got it home and messed with it was the belt that goes around here burnt out. This has some kind of nylon off a tarp wrapped around it, and a little bit of hair, but mostly the nylon off the tarp. Anyway, I took the whole thing apart. This definitely worked when I took the machine apart, and so it sold, and that's probably been a month, maybe 6 weeks. $61.59 free shipping for a motor out of a vacuum that I pulled out of the trash. So that's the 4 that are from today, except it's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that is $189.51. We'll get all of this done, and then I'm going to get the rest of it done. I've only got 2 hours, absolute max, to be done shipping all this stuff. All right, getting into these overdue orders. I think there's 18 of them. Anne Rice. This is a first edition. I won't be doing Anne Rice singles anymore. I had this listed for $15 free shipping for a year, and it didn't sell. I ended up taking a $9.90 free shipping offer. Now, I could have not taken that offer, but I would have also not made a sale. And so I'd rather have it sold than not, even if I think this was still around when when Goodwill was doing $1 hardcovers. So at $1, I'm probably just a little better than breaking even on that, but maybe, I bet I returned $2.25 if I had to guess. So, not worth picking up. Now, Anne Rice does sell. Maybe you can get some paperbacks and put them for 50 cents a piece, put them in a lot. Maybe you get a couple of those hardcovers for $2 a piece, and you lot them up and you get $20 for 4. and then you ship them all together. The problem is doing a single with the shipping being half the cost. It just doesn't make fiscal sense. In the video that as of right now was posted and then taken down because I posted it at 2x speed, but the last video you guys watched, I picked up this, but you didn't see it. So there's part of the video where I have these white shoes and I say, these were $3. And then that's all that you see from that whole yard sale. One of the things I picked up was this. Percolators do really well. Almost always percolators are going to sell really well. Fiberware super fast. It has a model number or 142 VY. And I asked how much it was and she said $3. And I said sold. And I brought it home and I listed it for $35 free shipping, and it sold pretty much immediately. I don't know if that's enough. I don't think that's big enough for that. I mean, it fits, but you could really easily see that handle getting broken. So I don't think we're going to do it that way. And this has the cord inside of it. That's what you're hearing rattle around. Okay, so next up, we've got this Spider-Man t-shirt. I'll put a picture of it up so you guys can see it. It's came from my brother's estate and it sold for $19 free shipping. The thing that makes this worth listing is that it's from Universal Studios. It's not just something somebody would have bought at Walmart. And it's a cool enough design, but it's a little bit of a premium. I'm not going to ship these right this second because they're at the bottom of the pile. So I'll just put up pictures while I do this one. These floor mats, paid $10 for these BMW floor mats at a garage, the best garage sale of the year by a long shot. And they sold in a couple of weeks for $100 free shipping. And it's because they're BMW, it's because they're WeatherTech style. They're a big, thick, heavy rubber floor mat with the BMW branding. Aftermarket isn't going to do you any good. And the thin, flimsy ones, like the carpet ones that are OEM, are fine, but they're $50, $60. They're not $100. This is a piece of the Tortoise Zord from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. I don't know, Tor. And I bought this way incomplete, and I took it completely as far down as I could manage to take it, and I sold every piece. And this sold for just basically $11 free shipping, which is just almost not worth messing with. But when you figure in the fact that I did this 25 times, so if I I spent $3 on the thing, and if I make $2 an item, then it's worth $50, right? So, like, is it really worth doing? Maybe not 100%, because this has been around for a year. But it's not a total, like, crazy waste of time in that I got a bunch of tiny sales out of it. It just took a long time. And I mean, the profit margin is pretty good when you spend $10 and you get $50 back. But I could understand why you might say that one's not for you. Portland leather goods purse. This is the first one that attracted me to the whole thing, just because it's really obviously high quality leather. The inside, it's just really nice, thick, high quality leather bag. And I was like, man, I don't know anything about that. So I comped this one. She had it for $7, and I figured I could probably sell it for more than $50. And then once I got through some of the comps, I was like, if I'm going to sell this quick, my style of selling, it's going to probably have to be right at $50. So that's what I did. Okay, so I paid less than nothing, almost nothing, for a bunch of these sealed classical music CDs at Habitat for Humanity. This one sold for $15. free shipping. I bought this for $5. I thought it was really, really good when I found it. I mean, it is a Motley Crue vintage shirt. Children, avert your eyes. This, it's got a big back hit on it. Crew heads are the best, and you can guess about the rest. This was around a long time, and it ended up selling for $30. Free shipping. I had it listed for, I think, 50 plus shipping. And I just wasn't getting the interest that I thought I would get when I looked at the comps and I paid $5 for it. I would absolutely have picked it up for $5 to sell it for $30 free shipping. But also, I wish I would have just listed it for $30 6 months ago. Because what's the point in holding out to not get the 20 bucks? And then this would be the CD just going into a poly mailer in some bubble wrap and then in a poly mailer. And then there's this Vineyard Vines. I think this came from my buddy Craig, who got rid of his store and sold me all the clothes pieces he had left for $1, and it sold for $20 free shipping. Not a great piece, but it did sell. Okay, so the very last piece finally of that, I paid $80 for a Yamaha electric drum set. It was missing the brain box and something else, maybe the kick drum. And I managed to sell all the pieces, and I made a fortune. I sold the rack separately. I sold each cymbal separately. I sold the cymbal stands separately. I sold each tom. The snare sold for enough money that I made profit the minute it sold. Electronic drum kits have a lot of parts and a lot of people who buy parts for them. So if you find an electronic drum kit and it's a reasonably good one and it's like around $100, less than $100, comp it, see what you can do on parts, because sometimes those parts do really, really well. I bought these shoes. They're adorable. I had Evelyn in mind with them when I bought them, and she wore them for a little while. I think I paid $10 for them, and she had them for a while, and then they sat in the store for probably 6 months after she outgrew them, and they ended up selling for $25. I thought with the pretty embroidery on these that they would do better, but $25 is about what a typical pair would sell for. And so those are fine. They did fine. I hoped that they would do better. The other day at community sales, I picked up this Dyson parts. I picked up 2 of these like bags with Dyson parts in them for, one was $2 and one was $3. They're both sold. Might as well touch base on the other one while we're here. I picked this up in this pencil case that's worth more than $3 really, and it's got all these Dyson parts, and we paid $3 for it. And these were both in the last weekend, and they both sold for $25 free shipping. So you pick them up for not much. We're not setting the world on fire, but probably making $10 on a $2 investment. And all you do is lay it down, take some pictures, list it, and then I'll put these basically into one of those shoe boxes just the way they are. I need to make sure that so that's probably more than 14 inches. So I'll probably have to cut one in half and use it as a cap, but it's still pretty easy to deal with. I'm like, where was I? Okay, so yeah, easy stuff, easy money. Okay, so I spent $3 at a yard sale last weekend on these Under Armour Hover Plus, and they sold for $30 plus shipping in just less than a week. I bought them thinking that they were going to fit Judah. I thought they were a 13. Turns out they're a UK 13 and a US 14. And so they did not fit him. Also, they don't have the insoles, but they sold anyway for $40. Pendleton men's vintage wool shirt. This has moth holes in it. Pendleton wool men's shirt. I don't see any moth holes on it right now. There are moth holes in it. They were disclosed, so just keep that in mind. Sold for, I think I paid $6 for this, and it sold for $21.60. So that's not a great return. I got 3 of them. I think one of them was better than the other 2. Vintage Pendleton does well, but check it for moth holes because you got to mark it down if it has moth holes. These are from the 90s. If you find the older ones, they do better than that. This is not the best thing I ever sold in my life, but it is worth messing with. Where is the tag for? So this Denise tag. Oh, that Carlos. All right, hold on a minute. Okay, 2 more items. This is Turbo Chucks Lee. I already packaged it. One of those Akadoos that sold for $15. Free shipping. I paid a quarter or less a piece for them. We made a ton of money on that $10 buy. And then this is a shark tooth hat. A guy locally bought 18,000 hats from a guy. I think the guy that he bought them from was in Kentucky. And trying to figure out how to get rid of them, and maybe we'll end up with a windfall of a whole bunch of hats. A guy that I've known for a long time, and now he's a auctioneer. Anyway, this is known as a shark tooth. If you're not familiar with shark tooth by Logo Athletics, which also was Logo 7 at some point, there are a lot of Logo Athletic snapbacks, and Reebok actually redid this with as a like retro thing, because Logo Athletics isn't a thing anymore, so they don't really hold a copyright on it. But Reebok, so you might find this that's a Reebok, and it's still a cool hat, but it's less good. And I don't think they did snapbacks on there. So this is a snapback vintage wool made in Malaysia. Maybe that's why so many of these guys. This one's going to the United Arab Emirates. And the guy, I'll put up the message, the guy bought it immediately, said, "Oh, I didn't notice the condition. Can I have some money back?" And I said, "Nope, I will ship it or I will cancel it and someone else will buy it." And he's like, "Please." And I just stopped responding. And that's been a handful of days. And this is days late, and I haven't heard from him about any of it. And it's going through a freight forwarder. So we'll, but if you see, there's also Diamond, and that's really popular, and Splash, and there's one that's not by Logo Athletics that is like Shatter, and then there's one that's and then there's a company called Sports Specialties, and they have a thing called Script. And the scripts do really, really well. And so old hats, it's about the style. So like this Steelers hat is more about, like the guy in the United Arab Emirates does not give a crap about the Pittsburgh Steelers. He likes the vintage shark toothness of the whole thing. And so that is really good. This is going to a freight forwarder. Sold for $70 in an hour. And if I had to relist it, I might even have listed it higher. But I just didn't listen to that guy's silliness. All right, that's it. Thanks. I gotta do those floor mats that are now unburied, and I gotta do this airplane, and I'm gonna make a separate video on those, and I'll put it out later. But right now I'm buried in videos to make and things to ship, or not things to ship now because we're done, and things to list. So how do I get it all done? I don't. Sometimes things end up 5 days late, and I end up being an above standard instead of top rated seller. Thanks for watching, liking, commenting, subscribing, following, clicking the bell, hyping the video, and all the things that you do. We'll see you on the next one.
obviously don't go and do that.
Hey, you do whatever you like.
We can't condone anything of the sort.
No, we can't. Live!